Hey guys, it's Toniko, and this is another episode of Off the Record. And for those who don't know, Off the Record is a more casual entry where I talk more about personal experiences. The structure of the video is a bit loose, but it's also accompanied by process videos of projects that I'm currently working on. Off the Record is a series that's meant to be listened more while you are working on your own stuff, while you hear me talk about stories I have to share. So with that being said, let's get started. So in this video, I want to talk about my physical health and fitness during and after school and all the things that I had to do in recent years to fix that. So first of all, let me talk about what I was before CalArts or before animation school. Before CalArts, I was part of the cross-country team. I wasn't varsity, I was junior varsity, and I did a lot more sports and I did go to gym a lot. During my growth, I also practiced Taekwondo. When I was in Sheridan, I did a bit of boxing here and there. So during school and after school, my body at CalArts wasn't healthy and I wasn't fit. I was constantly stressed out. I was overeating a lot. I had bad eating habits, eating a lot of carbs and sugars and just eating late at night. It was so bad that I would eat some of the frozen burgers and the sandwiches that you'd put in the microwave from the vending machines that they had at school at like 3 a.m. in the morning. And this kind of eating habit did translate over to life after school. So my first job was at DreamWorks Animation, and the thing with DreamWorks Animation is that they served free food for lunch, so I took advantage of it, getting 2 plates for one sitting, for one lunch. By the time I graduated and after a few weeks at DreamWorks, I was already weighing at 210 pounds. Look, I'll show you a picture of me before CalArts, and then I'll show you a picture of me after CalArts and after a few weeks of DreamWorks, and it's a pretty starking difference in how much weight I gained. I felt tired, I felt sleepy, and by just looking at these pictures, I kind of wanted to go back to what I was like, but stronger. I wanted to be fit, I wanted to look fit. A part of me also wanted to be attractive by being fit so I could find a suitable partner in the future. And this is something that I was thinking because even at school, people did comment me as being messy looking, walking butterball, or unattractive. And, it did leave sort of a trauma on me just thinking that all the time. So it made me want to pursue it even more because honestly, I don't know what I'd look like if I got in a better lifestyle. But at the end, I just wanted to be healthy and have a healthy, lasting life. I don't know if they do this anymore, but when I was at DreamWorks, they had a deal where if you signed up for a membership and if you just went for a few days, they would reimburse you $100 every time you went for a few sessions or a number of sessions. I can't remember. But anyways, I joined a gym. I also hired a personal trainer to guide me because I needed help in losing weight and building muscle. I knew I couldn't do it alone. I definitely needed help on that. When I did my measurements, my trainer told me that I was close to being in the pretty very unhealthy range. So my trainer told me that our sessions would focus more on cardio. So because I used to do cross country in the past, which is a lot of running, I ran a lot in the gym too. Before our training session started, I showed up 30 minutes earlier to run for about 15 to 20 minutes of a good pace. Then it's some basic weight training, which I was introduced to the concept of push workouts and pull workouts, whereas push workouts focus more on the front, such as the chest, and pull workouts focused on the back. One thing we did a lot was a lot of circuit training, and that's like, for example, 20 seconds of very intense cardio, 10-second rest, and then 20 seconds of another different cardio workout, and then 10-second rest, and it just repeats. These workouts included ball slams, battle ropes, a lot of jumping, a lot of squats. I also signed up to do martial arts at the same time because it was something that I aspired to do for a long time before starting at CalArts. As for the weight training, I didn't do anything focused training like just working on the arm or working on a certain muscle. It was more full body workouts. For the pull workouts, I did a lot of lateral rolls, supported pull-ups. And then for push, it's push-ups, bench presses. So we did a lot of introductory ab workouts such as crunches, planks. And whether it's a pull, a push, or an ab workout, the trainer would always change out the workout because he says it forces the body to work harder and therefore it's going to burn a lot more fat. And I'm also activating muscles that I don't really use. Like the reason why a lot of people can't do pull-ups is because they don't really use that muscle, therefore they need to activate it and just warm it up. But again, I'm not a physical therapist, so this is just from what I was told. But over time, I learned that working out and health and physical fitness is a lifestyle to be maintained, and it's a habit to be formed. My first few times, it was kind of tough because I knew I was very new to this lifestyle. So my first few times, I worked out 3 times a week, and it would eventually build up to 4, and then eventually 5 when I got more energy for it. Having a trainer or coach helps so much. Not only was my trainer showing me how to properly do the workout, but because I was paying for the trainer, I was basically forcing myself to attend training session instead of just holding it off and procrastinating on working out like I usually do if I were doing it up by myself. I would tell myself, oh, it's just one day, I'll miss it out. But then it builds up to 2 days, and it builds up to 3 days, and I'm back to square one. With a trainer, because I'm paying for it, I'm forced to be consistent. I'm forced to really take advantage of what I'm paying for. And that's also why I don't believe that all education should be free. So I don't take it for granted. But if you're really tight on budget and you don't really want to have a trainer, well, having a friend helps too. And having a friend that's physically active helps a lot because you guys are kind of forcing yourself. I did join Taekwondo because I used to do that as a kid. Overall, it's great cardio because it's a lot of jumping, a lot of kicking, and a lot of stretching. However, I had to stop doing it because over time, the joint, my leg joint on my hip was actually starting to deteriorate. And I think I injured it because I was sprinting uphill one time I was running around the village. So it really screwed it up. Around my mid-20s, I was introduced to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, which fits more of my body type. It's a lot of endurance, it's a lot of cardio, but it's a lot of technicality that I love learning. I did fall into some pitfalls. I remember there was a certain times where after intense workout sessions, I took it for granted and pushed future sessions aside because I felt like I worked so hard and I just needed to rest. But then it builds up and I end up missing 2 weeks of hard work. Dieting was the hardest. At school, I would always eat the frozen burgers from the vending machine, and I ate because I had a bad habit of eating out of stress or I was just bored and I needed a distraction. Diet was the hardest. The culture of my family is that we like to eat a lot, and a lot of our food contains a lot of carbs. I relapsed a lot, and I took diets for granted, and it affected my progress deeply. It's true what they say that 70% of getting fit is the diet itself. And also, I was getting to an age where my metabolism wasn't working as it used to when I was younger. Back then, I thought I was always going to have amazing metabolism because I usually ate a lot and looked okay. But nowadays, my metabolism doesn't work as it used to anymore. I had to discipline myself in staying away from fast foods, and I had to be very considerate with sugar. A lot of my Filipino friends back at home looked fit when we were younger, but eventually they got bigger because their metabolism weakened as age went by. Their diets consisted mostly of Coke instead of water for their main courses. In the Philippines, we have what's called a merienda, which is a 4th full course meal besides breakfast, dinner, and lunch. The Philippines has a diabetes and cholesterol problem. So for myself, I had to eat very lean. My diet usually consisted of black beans, chicken breasts, brown rice, and broccoli. It was just very plain. As time went on with relapses and stuff, I did get progress, and I lost a lot of weight from 2015 to the start of 2016. I lost about 40 pounds, and I gained muscle. I lost more body fat, and I think the lowest body fat I've ever been was about 8%. Working out is great mentality, exerting built-up stress and aggression and just letting it all out. And I was really happy about my body transformation. I did get compliments with friends and family later on. It was such a huge contrast back then when I was called a butterball or unattractive during my youth. Being physically active is a lifestyle. It's become a habit that sometimes if I miss one day, I would feel like I'd have to make up for it instead of going, oh, there's another day, it'll be fine. So nowadays, I still work out in the same fashion as I do. I still maintain my physical while trying to improve on cardio, endurance, and strength. I've gained 10 pounds since 2016 because I'm not too strict with food anymore, since I admit that I might have been way too strict on my diet before and I wasn't just enjoying food in general. I don't drink soda and I very rarely eat fast food, and my cheat meals are usually things like poke bowls or kebab plates, so they aren't anything deep fried, sugary, or battered, so they're still heavy but relatively in the healthy side. I still do weight and cardio training, and I still practice martial arts. I've been practicing BJJ for a while now. I just fell in love with BJJ because it's a grapple sport, it's wrestling, but it's helping you get out of really shitty situations where you're being crushed. It's all about surviving, and it's all about how to keep calm while trying to find a way out and trying to find a solution. It's not just a great workout, it's also great mentally. It's human body chess. You're getting a great workout, but you're also getting smarter by doing it. It's a super humbling sport, whereas boxing and taekwondo was whoever's faster and stronger usually has the upper hand. It's the same for BJJ, but the thing I like about BJJ is that there's always a tool set for everyone. So although bigger and stronger people can use their strength, smaller people can do things that bigger people can't really do. We have this thing called the Shark Tank, which all these guys just jump on you nonstop and they just try and tap you out and just wrestle you. When I was new to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, I think I nearly cried during my first Shark Tank because I felt so helpless and I was just getting crushed by everyone, by old people, by young people, by people my age, by girls, everyone. But overall, it's a super humbling sport and it's a very therapeutic experience, so I stuck to it. So nowadays, I try to work out about 5 times in a week, and if I feel pretty good, I'll hit for 6 days. 4 is my minimum. It's usually 5 to 6 times. I try not to overwork myself. I try not to work too hard. I try to keep it consistent and at a steady pace. Even a day of workout can be considered a light day or a resting workout day. But because I still love to eat, I still have to do something to make up for it. I feel better, stronger than I was at school. I feel physically capable, and I get to meet new people. I keep procrastinating on the thought of yoga, but I really want to take it because I personally have scoliosis, and I hear scoliosis is really good for posture. So if you guys are at a place like I was before and might need some tips, I do have a few tips and advice. Cardio is key. Do anything from jogging, swimming, or long distance walking, anything that just keeps the heart rate up. So these could be like basketball games or soccer games or just anything that keeps you running and active. Another thing is just to figure out your goals. Do you want to gain muscle or do you just want to lose weight? Do you want to do both? Research what you need to do and research what you want to do, because the type of workouts and diets will change depending on what your goals are. If you're going to the gym for the first time, I would strongly suggest hire a personal trainer so that they can show you the ropes of how to work out and how to do it properly. Or maybe have a friend with you to motivate each other to work out, or someone to spot you when you're doing a bench press, for example. By scheduling meetings with friends or having a personal trainer, it helps it make it more of a lifestyle rather than something that's just easy not to be taken advantage of. I would say join a club or activity. Sports with other people is a great way to build not just a physical lifestyle, but social awareness as well. You meet new people. You could join a softball club, a basketball club, anything that's physical. You could even do a dance group. Again, diet plays a huge role in your health. Diet is essential. As we grow older, our metabolism isn't as great as it used to. Eat with moderation. Don't eat too much fats or too much sugars. Just try and eat healthy. Anyways, that was just my talk on what I was like during and after school, and I hope you found this sort of conversation interesting while I work on my stuff. Thanks for hearing me out, and keep up the great work, guys. Interested in learning hand-drawn animation or learning how to finish an animated shot from beginning to end? Have a look at the store where you'll find the complete Introduction to 2D Animation video course, tutorials, and other resources. Learn classical animation approaches, drawing, lectures, techniques, and other process videos. Visit the store through the link in the description below.